Amid the rising terror attack incidents in the Jammu region, the army, it has increased its deployment there. 500 special forces commandos have been deployed, as well as around 4,000 additional soldiers. They have also been brought in. My colleague Vishnu Shom gets us this report.
With the situation with regard to terrorism in the larger Jammu area now a fair crisis, the government has decided to move in additional soldiers. What is the crisis that we are talking about? Almost 50 soldiers have been killed in action in the last 32 months or so, including 9 who have lost their lives, been killed in action in the fight against terrorism within the last 9 to 10 days. This is obviously a crisis because it appears that terrorist forces may be in ascendancy in some of the areas in Doda, in the greater Jammu region, and the worry is that these terrorist forces are operating well inside. They aren't on the line of control or near the international border, which lies further to the south. They are well inside in the Doda region in forested areas. There have been several encounters which have been taking place based on ambushes which they've been conducting. The terrorists have been targeting military vehicles. Our soldiers have been retaliating, but in terms of engaging terrorists operating in hilly terrain, deeply forested, it's proven to be a real challenge, a real crisis. Now, the terrorist forces that we are seeing over the last several years, we've actually seen an enhancement in the level of training that they've received. There is a sense that these, if they aren't Pakistani army regulars, would certainly have been trained heavily by the Pakistani forces, whether they are ex-Taliban or some way associated with them. That remains to be seen. But these are unfortunately extremely trained terrorists, and our forces are having to fight these now. As a result of this reality which I have described, an additional brigade worth of soldiers has already been moved into the Jammu area, approximately 4,000 odd soldiers. Para-special forces commandos have had their numbers enhanced as well. We already have 2 large units of the Rashtriya Rifles, which is a dedicated anti-terrorism force operating in the region. So those forces would certainly be on an enhanced state of alert. But this does appear at this stage to be a larger battle which is taking place, with terrorism having shifted from its epicenter in the Kashmir Valley to the larger Jammu area, and this is what the government is looking at very, very closely now.